Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Sitting with Coach Watson. Coach, this week is what you live for. It's game by game, district play. But let's go back Thursday night. Tell me what I witnessed Thursday night. I was, I don't know if we was all in shock. It was a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
You had TV there. You had your fan base there with the kids, and you had a PA guy that did a great job. Let's go back and walk me through Thursday night game against Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, it was a fun night, man. The atmosphere was good. The fans, the student section was into it. The TV people, cameras being there. Sometimes, kids get nervous and stuff like that. But, for us, we...
evidently, they played up.
We played good, yeah. That's kind of what I expected us to be playing like this time of year. And so hopefully we can carry that over to this tournament. One
of your inside guys, Knox, didn't get to play most of the game for a tech or whatever. Come to find out, I don't know what happened there, but you was able to beat Gulf Breeze without his presence, which I thought was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was good. And I think their big guy got in foul trouble or got hurt a little bit or something. So that, if he would have stayed in most of the game, it probably would have hurt us more than it did. But, Josiah played in there inside and did a good job. And Ty Foley did a good job there when he took a couple charges and stuff. So that's what you want when somebody gets out like that. You need other people to step up. So that's what they did.
All right. Well, tonight we have Milton. These games have been pushed back or up to 6 o'clock starts. As we advance, if we win, we advance. All these games will be at 6 o'clock. The Milton matchup, they play us tough. We have beat them both times, but it's going to be, a tough matchup again.
Yeah, just the way they play, they kind of slow it down and try to make it every possession so important, So we need to have a fast tempo game and get them kind of rushed up so they can make some turnovers. And, at this point, that's what I taught our guys yesterday at practice. Everybody wants to win.
That's right.
So it's not the fact that they don't want to win. They haven't have a very good record this year, but they're good enough to beat us. We're not good enough to just show up and beat people. We got to do things right and execute and not turn the ball over. So, hopefully our guys understand that and come out here tonight. We're playing our best basketball.
If Gulf Breeze or Tate does not win the district, this district could produce 3 teams in our region.
It could.
More than likely, because right now Gulf Breeze and Tate, I believe they're probably in the top 8 maybe.
Yeah, I think last I looked, Gulf Breeze was 5 and Tate was 8, which we beat Gulf Breeze, so they may have, they may drop when the rankings officially come out on Sunday. So for us, we got to win it. We got to win these 3 games.
That's right. That's right. So it would be Milton, not to look ahead, but we have tonight. Then we turn around tomorrow night and play the winner of Tate and Niceville if we advance. And then the winner of that game Wednesday will get the winner of the Gulf Breeze versus Pace and Navarre. Is that correct?
Right. Yep, that's exactly right.
So, and that'll be a Friday night matchup. And the only way the Bulldogs could have home field advantage all the way through is if Tate and Gulf Breeze get upset.
Yep.
But then we are the 3 seed, so we would get home field advantage all the way through.
Yep.
So either way we look at it, tonight is a must-win. Every game for the Bulldogs during the tournament is a must-win, would you say?
I would say so, yeah. We're ranked. Our last ranking, we were 12th or 13th, so...
And you need to be in the 8.
You need to be in the top 8 to be pretty safe. Even then, if somebody upsets somebody in the tournament, it's not guaranteed.
That's right.
Like if the number 1 overall seed loses in a tournament,
they're going to get
in. So you really need to be in about the top 5 to be safe.
Right.
So I just don't think we can jump that much. So we're probably going to have to win. Just like last year. Last year we were right around 9 or 10, and we ended up winning the tournament to get in. Mm-hmm. So that's what, just to be safe, that's what you got to do.
And how do you feel about your possibilities of, so everybody in your district you've beaten?
Yep.
Whether it's Tate, Gulf Breeze now, that performance Thursday night, what do you think it did for your kids mentally to prepare them for this situation because there's a lot of different thought process of when you play a team 3 times, what you really want. Do you want to split it with them? Do you want to win them twice, or do you want to lose twice and win that last game?
Yeah.
I'm
hoping that win, I guess, gives our guys the confidence that they can beat anybody that we play. And that's what I told them. I said, if we play correctly, if we play the way we're supposed to play, then we can beat just about anybody that we're going to play. But we can also lose just about anybody.
What percentage do you think we need to be shooting from the floor? Because we get hot and cold for some reason.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it varies. I mean,
you think 50%?
Yeah, if we can be around 50%, but if we can go get rebounds, man, that's what I'm trying to get. If we miss, that's fine. Just go get another.
That's what
opportunity.
happened Thursday night. I think we didn't give Gulf Breeze a lot of second opportunities.
And that was key. Yeah, we held them to one shot most times, and they're a really good shooting team, but they didn't shoot it real good the other night, and we didn't give them any opportunities to get extra baskets. So that was key. And I felt like we guarded them really well. Number one's a really good player for them. So,
yes.
we really guarded him. I mean, he scored 18 to 20, I think.
Right.
He earned every one of those. So, that's what we got to do. Defensively, we got to be really good every night because offense comes and goes. I mean, guys don't mean to miss shots. It just happens sometimes. So, we got to lock down defensively, and then hopefully we can get some easy baskets through our press and turning them over.
And I think what you did to Gulf Breeze Thursday night by just allowing that one guy, number one, to do most of the scoring, you shut down the rest of the team. Where you said where we look the best and where we have our best opportunities is when you got 2 or 3 guys for us, like was it Stewart that led us Thursday night?
He led us in scoring,
with 24 or something like that or whatever, or was that the game before?
No, he had 18 the other night.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, which is
so
good.
Which Jones probably had that also.
Yeah.
So when you got 2 or 3 guys in high double-digit numbers like that, it's hard to defend.
Yeah, it just makes it easier. You don't have to depend on one person all the time. Tyrell played really, really good. That's the best I've seen him play, and he can do that. He plays with energy all the time. But if he makes a couple shots and gets out and gets a couple turnovers and layups, and he's been here he's a senior, so he knows what we're doing.
Right.
So he's kind of a vocal leader for our team. So him playing well is important.
And you do have guys coming off the bench that gives you that shot of energy, whether it's Phillips or whoever. They just seemed like they're playing at a better level also from the last month.
I just think as we're more experienced. I mean, we're pretty young, so as the year goes on, you gain more and more experience and more confidence. So I think those guys are kind of finally to a point to where they know what we're doing, so they're not thinking so much; they're just playing. So that's important.
Okay, key elements tonight. And before we wrap this up, let's get. Of course, we know we got to score the most points. So how do we get the W tonight? A couple of things you want to see as a coach.
The 2 biggest things is I think we need to turn them over to get some easy ones just because of the way they want to play.
Okay.
And number 13 for them is kind of their guy that drives it and creates offense for them. So we got to keep him in front of us. Yeah, he's not really going to shoot it a lot, but we just got to keep him in front of us.
Appreciate that.
All right.
We are live here at the Dog Pound. Bulldogs taking on the Milton Panthers for the 3rd time this season, Corey. We won both games about 10 points. You heard Coach, he wants to see turnovers. How important is that?
Yeah, I think that's, important in any game. It's also, you touched on us beating them twice. I think we talked about this a little bit with Gulf Breeze. It's very hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
It is.
But it can be done. It's done, a lot. So it's going to be one I think that comes right down to the wire.
Well, so our starting lineup is the same as it's always been pretty much. We'll go over in just a second. But we have McKinley, Cottrell, Jones, Porter, and Gardner for the Milton Panthers. We're about to get underway here on WAZ 104.7. Appreciate all you guys. We're starting early. There's not a big crowd. I think they changed it at the last second, and it's thrown a lot of people off. But here we go. I'm going to turn it over to Corey.
Yeah, Knox is jumping for the Dogs and Cottrell for the Panthers. Knox is going to win that tip pretty easily. The Dogs will start off going right to left. And under pressure in the back court is Blackwell. He finally finds a nice pass to Stewart, gets the ball across half court. Now Stewart initiates offense for Crestview. Purdue driving the lane, trying to dish it off to Knox. That ball's going to be thrown out of bounds. The Panthers will take over. Dogs, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if we was going to have Knox for the next 2 games, but he is here and in full force.
Crestview coming out, full court press. Panthers able to break that. That's number 4, Jones, trying to take it coast to coast, unable to lay it in. Rebounded by the Panthers. That was Gardner on the rebound and dishes it off to a Panther. That ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Dogs. The loose ball. Baseline inbound play coming up for the Panthers. They try to work the ball inside to Gardner. Now the ball's popped back out. And that's Jones for the Panthers. With it up at the top of the key. Moving it around here early. Crestview's in man defense. Cottrell driving the lane, unable to lay it in at the rim. Rebounded by Jones, pushed ahead by up to Stewart for a transition 3. Ball goes in and out, rebounded by the Panthers. That was Gardner on the rebound. McKinley now walking it up for the Panthers. 6:50 and counting left to go here in the first quarter. We're still scoreless here in the first round of the district tournament. Panthers trying to easily with it now. And he's calling a play. Now driving baseline is McKinley, and he's able to lay that one in. First 2 points of the contest, 2-0 Panthers, 6:28 and counting. Crestview quickly down the floor, Purdue with it in the near wing, now back out top to Jones. Finds a cutting Purdue. Purdue kicks it out to the corner. Corner 3 not there. Blackwell driving the lane, pulls up just below inside the free throw line and banks it in for 2. Ties the game at 2 with 6:05 left to go here in the first. Easily working against the press, and Stewart's able to turn that ball over, dishes it to Knox, and Knox lays it in. Crestview up 4-2, 5:56 and counting left to go in the first quarter, and there's one early turnover, and Stewart jumps the pass and knocks it out of bounds. So some early pressure from the Dogs.
Just what Coach wanted to see. He said we got to have turnovers, and got to try to break Milton from playing real slow. They like to play slow.
Milton trying to break the press with a pass, and they do barely. And Gardner gets a pass and lays it up. 4-4 is our score, 5:40 and counting. Crestview almost with a turnover there in the backcourt. Panthers just barely got away with that one. Crestview now turning it over on offense. That's number 3, Cottrell on the steal, and the lay at the other end gives the Panthers the 6-4 lead. 5:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Purdue bringing it up for the Dogs. Across half court are the Dogs. Jones with it now, trying to create something off the dribble, kicking it out to Purdue for 3. Purdue comes up just short, rebounded by Knox, and that will be knocked out of bounds by a Panther. So Crestview will set up an inbound play here with 5:13 left to go in the first quarter.
Get a turnover and you turn it right back over. That's not what Coach wants to see. You got to tighten that up just a little bit.
Blackwell gets the ball inbounded to Stewart for the Dogs. Stewart has it in the near wing, now calling out a play here for the Dogs. Purdue driving the lane, trying to finish at the rim, and he's going to get fouled going up, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. The shot was no good. The foul was on number 13 easily for the Panthers. That's the Panthers' first team foul. Purdue taking a couple of dribbles at the line. And his first attempt is up, and it is a little long. He's got one more opportunity here. And his shot is up. This one finds the bottom of the net. 6-5 Panthers on top. 5:02 left to go in the first. Crestview coming out once again in the press. Milton struggling to find the inbounds. Finally gets it inbounded and gets trapped. And that ball is turned over once again. And Jones lays it in after another turnover on the press. And the Panthers are going to take a timeout to talk about that press. 4:53 left to go in the first. Bulldogs on top, 7-6.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, hard, play fair. This message is provided by the station and FHSAA.
Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Courier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
Panthers setting back up, getting this ball inbounded. See if they come up with a new plan against the Bulldog press. They get the ball inbounded over in the near corner. That ball's going to be taken away again by Stewart. Stewart trying to lay the ball in. He'll get fouled. Shot's no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. And what they're doing is they're getting the ball inbounded, but in the corner, and we're able to get that ball handler trapped. Yeah. And we're getting some nice traps on that and getting the turnover that way.
And they're not finding an open man, right?
Stewart's first attempt is in and out. Well, it's hard when you're trapped like that and you got two guys right up in your face. It's hard to find an open man.
Grady said
you can't wait.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Second attempt's good. You can't allow yourself to continually get trapped.
Well, here we go.
Dogs in the press again, and that ball is going to be tipped by Purdue. They will go out of bounds on Purdue. Panthers will inbound it now from their right in front of their bench.
Them being corrected on my scoreboard. It wasn't cropped just right. If y'all will see how I do the scoreboard, it's really hard to do. But anyway, we got it fixed.
Jones trying to get this ball inbounded for the Panthers, and he does. This time unable to trap, and McKinley will bring the ball up for the Panthers. They finally get the ball across half court. McKinley now driving the baseline, and he's going to step on the baseline and turn it over once again. The Dogs take over.
It seemed 2 or 3 minutes before the ball was on the right side of the court. That was amazing. It just seemed like it forever.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Jones gets it. Milton staying back in half-court defense, so Jones just walks it up for Crestview. And they're in man defense here early against the Dogs. Blackwell driving the lane, tries to dish it off to Knox, and that ball is going to be turned over. Number 13 easily picks it up. He's going to try to drive the distance. He's unable to lay it in at the other end, rebounded by Knox. Knox kicks it forward to Jones, and Jones is now going to slow things down. And they'll set up offense here. 4:03 and counting left to go here in the first quarter. Crestview on top 8-6. Jones with it, pulls up for a long two, and that ball rattles in for the Dogs. Dogs up 10-6, and they'll set up the press once again. The Dogs are guarding the ball and pretty much an all-out press. Almost. That ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by Jones, and they are really doing a good job of.
Yes, they are.
And we got some new Dogs coming in. Clauser, Phillips, and Johnson check in for Knox, Purdue, and Blackwell, giving them a breather here in the early going.
Fresh legs to press, right? I guess.
And Milton thought about a full court press, and that ball's going to be turned over by Phillips and laid in. 12-6 Dogs in the press. They're obviously showing something different that they haven't shown, and they're going to call 5 seconds and another turnover by Milton. This is incredible.
This is incredible. Just what Coach wanted. Right before we got off the coaching show, he said, we need turnovers.
Phillips inbounds play for the Dogs, and the Dogs are going to almost get caught. We do get it inbounded to Jones, and Jones off balance for two. 14-6. And Milton's going to call a timeout with 3:34 left to go here in the first quarter. The Dogs on top 14-6. Full timeout.
Rights to the broadcast of this district tournament in the 2023 FHSAA Class 6A Boys Basketball Championship has been granted to WAAZ 104.7 by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/JoeyTheJeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
We are back. Bulldogs are up 14-6 with 3:34 left here in the first quarter, and it's been all Bulldogs on defense so far in this game.
And let's see if the Milton Panthers, they almost throw that one away, trying to work the ball up across half court. Now they do. That's Jones for the Panthers, working the ball up across half court, but in transition, they're going to throw that away, and yet another turnover for the Panthers. The Dogs will take over right in front of their own bench. Milton once again dropping back into half-court defense, so Jones will just walk it up for the Dogs. Crestview setting up offense here. Stewart thought about driving the lane, now kicking it back out to Jones. Going 5 wide here are the Dogs. Milton still in that man defense, and Jones with a nice move at the basket but unable to finish. Rebounded by Jones for the Panthers. Jones quickly gets it down the court, and that ball is going to be turned over once again. Johnson on the turnover this time, and he's going to try to take it coast to coast. That ball was knocked out of his hands, and it should have been knocked out of his hands on a Panther, but they're going to say that went out of bounds on Johnson somehow. So the Panthers will take over. 2:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Crestview on top 14-6. McKinley now trying to get the ball inbounded against his Bulldog press. He's going full court, and that ball is going to be taken away by the Dogs. Stewart gets it across half court. Stewart on the fast break, trying to finish at the rim, unable to do so. That ball is going to be rebounded by Valorizo for the Panthers and almost thrown away, and now is thrown away, and the Dogs are putting more pressure defensively than I've seen all year.
I haven't seen this kind of pressure and intensity by the Dogs. I will say, not to throw this out there, but Coach canceled practice yesterday halfway through because the intensity wasn't there, and he says, I'm hoping I'll fire him up. I think he did.
Well, they've definitely come to play. Johnson with it across half court. And they are setting up offense here, and they have definitely come out with some energy, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And they're moving well on offense right now. Jones for a long three. That ball's going to come up short. Rebounded by Clauser, though, and he gives it right back to Jones. And Jones is going to get fouled. And the shot was no good. It rolled out. But Jones will go to the line to shoot 2 to try to extend the Bulldog lead.
Every person that's touched the ball tonight has done a great job. I don't think we might have turned it over once, maybe.
Maybe one time, yeah.
Let's see if Jones can connect with 2 right here. He leads the team with 6 points so far.
First attempt's up and good. Extends the Bulldog lead to 15-6. Jones has one more attempt here.
We did have an early start. The time changed yesterday, so people are starting to file in here as they hear it and see the posts and everything.
Student section has shown up.
Yep.
Jones' second attempt's good. 16-6 Dogs. 2:02 left to go here in the first quarter. Milton working against the Dog press once again. They got him trapped once again, and they travel. Number 3, Cottrell tried to jump and pass the ball out of that trap, but came down, and that is a travel. The Dogs will take over. Johnson with the ball, inbounding it on the baseline inbound play for the Dogs. Still trying to get the ball inbounded. Now finds a safety valve, and Jones up top. Jones setting up offense for the Dogs. Moulton's checked into the game now, finding a cut in Johnson. Johnson dishes it back out. Dogs are not only moving the ball well, but they're moving well without the ball.
Yes.
If you notice in the motion offense, Phillips driving the lane, dishes it off to Clauser, and Clauser will get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2.
And I'll tell you what else, their passes are more crisp today. It just don't look like it's lazy passing.
Yep.
You know, I've noticed that throughout the year. Sometimes we get lazy in our passing, and right now it's really crisp passing.
Clauser, the left-hander, first attempt rattles in and out.
All 3 times now that we've been to the line, the first basket is missed, except Jones. He just made 2, but Purdue and Purdue and Stewart.
Clauser's second attempt finds the bottom. 17-6 Dogs, 1:36 left to go here in the first quarter. Dogs obviously back in the press. Milton Panthers trying to break it once again. They finally do. Number 4 has it for the Panthers across that court. That's Jones. He'll dish it off to a Panther and driving baseline, and they're going to turn that ball over again. I don't know if I've ever seen this many turnovers in a row.
Not in the first, not in one period. About 10 turnovers now. I would say safely 10 turnovers.
Man, that's really incredible. Dogs back with it on their side of the court. Phillips with it at the near wing. He'll pull for 3, and that ball's going to go just long. Rebounded by number 13 for the Panthers. That's Easley. Easley gets it across half court for for the Panthers. Dishes it off to Jones for the Panthers. Nothing there. He'll kick it back out. Jones drives in once again, and he gets stopped once again by that Bulldog defense. Now Valorizo tries to drive. He tries to kick, and he'll kick to Easley. Easley finds a corner 3 for the Panthers. Brings the score Dogs 17, Panthers 9. 43 seconds and counting left to go here in the first quarter. And they're going to call Clauser on a charge.
Yeah, he pushed him a little bit.
So with 40 seconds.
Hey, you want me to tell you something neat I saw? I came to set up my stuff early. The girls were practicing. Guess who they was practicing against? The boys.
Oh.
The boys JV. That's pretty smart. Real smart. And it was full blown out practice now.
Yep.
It wasn't playtime.
Panthers are against the Bulldog press, and it looks like they're handling it a little better this time up the court. Jones for the Panthers has it near the top of the key. He's thinking about driving, now pulling up for 2 around the near elbow. Finds it, 17-11 now, Crestview on top. 21 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Is that Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crestview setting up for the last shot of the quarter, I'm sure, kind of just working the ball around. The Panthers have gone into a zone, so they're looking for an open shot. 5 seconds left. Now Johnson is driving and kicking. Moulton didn't have an open look. Now he'll pull up from the far elbow. Ball comes up just short. That'll end the quarter with Crestview on top, 17-11.
Tonight's game in the 2023 FHSAA Class 6A Boys Basketball Championship is provided by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with members of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensure that the Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. You're listening to the 2023 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament here on WAZ 104.7. Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building, take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics.
And we are back coming into the second quarter. Bulldogs are on top, 17-11. That three-pointer that easily made there at the end, almost at the end, stopped the bleeding just a little bit for the Panthers.
Yeah, back-to-back baskets, 3, like you said, and then a 2 on their last possession, kind of cut into that Bulldog lead a little bit. Now Jones driving for the Panthers. The Panthers starting off with possession here in the second quarter. Jones for the Panthers using a screen and fires up an off-balance shot. That ball's going to be rebounded by Clauser, and he'll dribble it all the way down the full length of the court. Now kicking it back out to Purdue and setting up offense for Crestview. They're going to, looks like they're in their 4-out, 1-in-motion offense here. Purdue with it in the near wing, thinking about creating something off the dribble. Gives it up to Blackwell at the top of the key. Now Stewart with it at the near wing, and he will create something off the dribble. And he drives right past his defender and lays it off the glass for 2. 19-11 Dogs. 7:10 left to go here in the first half. Milton working against that Bulldog press. Jones with it, and now bringing it up across half court. Dogs try to trap him on the near side of the court. Blackwell will pick up a blocking foul. That foul will be on the floor. Milton will inbound it right in front of the Bulldogs bench. And that'll be Valorizo inbounding it to Jones for the Panthers. Jones trying to find another screen to work with. Valorizo pulls up deep three, no good. Rebounded by Jones for the Dogs. Jones keeps it and now dribbles it up for Crestview. And he'll give it up, and now setting up offense are the Dogs. Panthers back in that man defense. Saw him play a little zone at the end of the first quarter, trying to find a cutting Stewart. Stewart out of control, and they're going to call a jump ball, and that ball should go with Crestview as Milton started with it the second quarter with possession.
That's right. 19-11. Bulldogs will have it under their own basket here. 6:29 in the second period. Quarter.
Knox checking in for Clauser. Blackwell trying to get this ball inbound, baseline inbound play. He'll find Knox at the top of the key as their safety valve. Knox quickly gives it up to Purdue, and Purdue initiates offense. Blackwell trying to create something off the dribble, gets stuck, kicks it back out to Jones. Jones setting up motion offense, and that ball is going to be tipped by Blackwell, mishandled by Blackwell, really taken over by the Panthers. That's Jones for the Panthers dribbling it up on the Bulldog turnover, and he almost gets stripped by Stewart, and he will get called for a travel. So Crestview will take over on the travel call.
Another shout out to Taco Town. Them guys, Jordan did a great job on my son's meal. He loved that place. He loves it.
We get the ball inside to Knox here. Knox trying to make a move on his defender. That shot will get blocked. Rebounded by the Panthers. That was number 21 Farrar on the rebound, and he takes it across half court. And Jones in a transition three gets it to roll around the rim and go in. 19-14, Dogs still on top. 5:36 and counting left to go here in the first half. Blackwell with it, bringing it up for the Dogs. And he will try to answer with a three, and that ball's going to be off to the right, rebounded by the Panthers. That ball was rebounded by Jones for the Panthers, and now Jones dribbles it up. He'll give it up to Valorizo. He's not afraid to pull the trigger. Air ball, rebounded by Jones for the Dogs, and he's taking it up across half court for the Dogs. Dribbles, drives just inside the free throw lane, and they're going to call a foul on the floor, so they're going to say that he got fouled before the shot attempt. Baseline inbound play coming up for the Dogs.
Well, Milton has pulled it. We had about a 10-point lead?
Yep.
And now cut it in half.
Blackwell trying to get the ball inbound, and he'll find Knox at the top. And he'll, one of those lazy passes you're talking about, tried to pass it over to Purdue. That ball was taken away by Easley, and Easley lays it in at the other end. 5:05 left to go. Crestview on top, 19-16. Crestview timeout.
Posting pictures from today's event on your social media accounts. Tag the FHSAA and we will retweet and share it. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA.
Lazy passing gets Milton within 3. 5 minutes left here in the first half. Bulldogs on top, 19-16.
Now the Panthers showing a little bit of a three-quarter press, now bailing out of it. Going back to half-court defense. Jones with it for the Dogs across half-court. He's calling out five wide, I believe. Yep, 5 motion for the Dogs. The Panthers have gone back into a zone, maybe it looks like. Yep, zone for the Panthers. So changing up things offensively. Blackwell with it on the near wing. He lets go for 3. Ball's in and out. Rebounded by the Panthers. That's 15 Porter for the Panthers on the rebound. Jones with it across half court for the Panthers.
We're 0 for 4 of the last shots that we've taken, so that's not good. And we're taking them long threes.
Easily with it. Thinking about driving the lane. Now giving it up to Jones. Jones for a long 3 for the Panthers. The ball goes just long. Rebounded by the Dogs. Nice save there by Jones. Saves it and throws it back into Blackwell. Blackwell driving the lane. and
Travel.
they're going to call a travel on him, one too many steps. So the Panthers will take over.
Little NBA move there.
Yeah, in the NBA, he probably had a couple more he could have took.
Right. Well, whoever wins tonight will move on tomorrow night and play the winner of Tate and Niceville.
Milton turns the ball over again against the Bulldog press. Johnson unable to finish, but an excellent rebound and put back by Stewart. 21-16 Dogs on top. 4 minutes and counting left to go here in the first half, and they're going to get Milton again on 5 seconds. So back-to-back turnovers for Milton, and Crestview right back to work on the press.
Just saying. About 4 minutes left here that we've only scored 2 baskets, and Stewart's got both of them in there.
Johnson trying to get the ball inbounded for the Dogs. He's still looking now, finding Stewart at his safety valve at the top of the key. He'll give it up to Jones. Jones driving in right around the free throw line. Spins and fires and finds the bottom. 23-16 Dogs on top. And Milton turns it over again on the press. Jones with the takeaway that time. Almost fouled, driving in, kicks over to Purdue. Purdue's going to try for 3. The ball goes in and out, rebounded by the Panthers. That was Jones for the Panthers on the rebound, and Crestview falls back into half-court defense. Jones for the Panthers trying to work on a screen. He'll kick it out to the corner. Now back over to Jones in that same corner for 3, and that ball is going to go in and out for the Panthers. Rebounded by Johnson for the Dogs. Stewart now kicks it up to Stewart. Stewart flings it over to Jones. Jones thinking about spinning and a nice pass inside to Purdue, but Purdue's unable to go up strong, and his shot will get blocked, but that ball will get knocked out of bounds by a Panther. 3:04 left. Crestview on top 23-16, and the baseline inbounds play coming up for the Dogs. Johnson will try to get this ball inbounded for Crestview.
Well, surprising, only 5 points for Milton, 6 points for the Dogs here, and we've played 5 minutes.
Johnson finding Jones in the near corner. He'll kick it over to Phillips in the near wing for 3, and that ball's way long off the backboard. And that ball, the rebound will go out of bounds on the Dogs. So Milton will take over, and they'll still have to work against the Bulldog press here. Bulldogs not letting up pressure here in the second quarter, and that ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. They're going to say by a Dog. Possession stays with the Panthers. Trying to get the ball inbounded. They do to McKinley. McKinley's in trouble against the trap, and that ball's going to be turned over, but they're going to call Stewart on a foul.
Come on.
Saying that he got there a little early. It was a loose ball that he was trying to get to, but the foul was on the floor, so Milton once again has to set up against the Bulldog press. Now Jones with it for the Panthers. He'll dribble by Johnson across half court. Cottrell with it. Now he'll give it up, and the Panthers slowing it down. Number 13 easily with it. He'll pull up around the far elbow. Shots comes up short. Nice rebound for the Dogs. That was Johnson on the rebound. Johnson takes it across half court. Stewart for a long 3, and that ball is no good. Long rebound, still being fought for. Finally came down by Johnson for the Dogs, and the putback, he'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2. Now, I'm not sure about that three-point.
No,
He was almost out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a Harlem Globetrotter three-pointer, if you ever watched them back in the day.
Of course, if he'd have made it, we'd all have said, man, what a shot.
Yeah, that's what we'd have said. But who is this, Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
To the line, he pops on.
Johnson makes his opener.
That's his, that's his first basket tonight.
Extends the Bulldog lead 24-16. Johnson with the ball at the line. His second attempt's up and good. 25-16, Dogs on top. 2:14 left to go here in the first half, and Dogs stay in the press. Milton still trying to break it. Jones for the Panthers with it across half court now. He'll give it up to Cottrell. And Cottrell is going to get called for a charge.
Was it that, or was it on this kid that got the ponytail on top of his head?
Well, they called a charge, so.
Okay.
The Dogs will take over on the offensive foul.
Wow.
Stewart will inbound the ball for the Dogs right in front of the Bulldog bench. Foley checking in for Clauser for the Dogs. Johnson bringing it up for Crestview. Just inside of 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Dogs up by 9, 25-16 is our score. Jones lets go a long three. Ball comes up just long, rebounded by the Panthers. That was Jones on the rebound. Kicks it forward to McKinley. McKinley trying to drive, and he's going to get called for a carry.
Wow, you don't see that much.
Another turnover by the Panthers.
You don't see the carry that much. The way they've let these kids play ball over the years has gotten pretty loose, you know.
Yep. I've seen more called this year, I think, but yeah, I mean, maybe that was a point of emphasis for them.
Mm-hmm.
Milton back in the zone. Foley with it at the middle of the court. He'll pop it out to Phillips. Phillips pops it over to Johnson. Johnson driving the lane, now kicks it out to Phillips. Phillips finds Stewart down low, and Stewart's able to finish. 27-16 Dogs on top. 1:22 and counting left to go here in the first half. Jones with it for the Panthers, and he's kind of trying to work against Johnson, and they're going to get something. He blew his whistle, but didn't signal anything. And maybe against Johnson, yep, they're going to get Johnson for a foul, a blocking foul. That ball will be on the floor.
Stewart's getting heated up. He's got 6 points this quarter. He had 18 against Gulf Breeze, and Coach said he could do it at any time, just go off. And right now he's got 3 in a row here in the second period. With only 1:15 left, Milton's going to take the ball out here in the second period. Down 27-16 to the Bulldogs.
McKinley gets the ball inbounded in the backcourt to Jones for the Panthers, and Jones turns that, almost turned over, able to be wrestled away. Valparaiso, when he gets it, it's going up. He comes up short, and they're going to call a foul on the rebound attempt. They're going to get Stewart with a foul. That ball should be on the floor unless we're in bonus. Doesn't look like we're in bonus, so a baseline's inbound play coming up for Crestview. Now Purdue will check in for Stewart. That must have been his second foul with 1:04 left to go here in the first half. Jones for the Panthers trying to get this ball inbounded. He's still looking.
5 seconds.
And he finally gets it inbounded to number 11. I don't have a name for him. Jones lets go a corner three, rebounded by Milton. Gives it up to Johnson. Now Johnson pushing it up across half court for the Dogs. 51 seconds left to go here in the first half.
He wasn't on the roster. His name is Gee, G-E-E.
And Milton turns the ball away, but a nice diving effort trying to recover it. They're going to say that ball did go out of bounds on Milton. So 42 seconds left. The Panthers take over on the Dog turnover. Jones trying to get this ball inbounded, and he does to Easley kicks it over, and Valparaiso wide open three. I can't blame him for
that one. I can't blame him.
The good shot goes in and out, rebounded by Phillips for the Dogs. Just inside of 30 seconds to go here in the first half, and you would think that we were going to set up for a last shot of the half. We'll see.
I think so.
We can do that here. Purdue around half court, gives it up to Foley on the near wing, and he'll give it up to Johnson. Johnson with 10 seconds left is probably going to try to make a move on his defender, and he does. And he's driving the lane, goes up and can't finish at the rim. Foley gets the rebound, and are they going to call a foul?
He was
Foley
shooting.
Going to draw a foul, and that
he's going to go to the line.
And they're going to say he's going to shoot two. So Foley 2.8 seconds left to go in the first half, has a chance to extend the Bulldog with 9 points.
He didn't even hesitate. He went straight to the line. He wasn't going to wait for the call.
And Foley's first attempt comes up short. Has one more opportunity.
Come on, Foley.
Foley with the ball at the line. Second attempt's up, and it's going to rattle in. 28-16 Dogs. 2.8 seconds dribbling up across half court. Half court shot is no good. So the Dogs will go in at the halftime up 28-16.
Tradition is where our roots are planted. From humble beginnings based on affordable, trustworthy service, Pregame Funeral Service has grown into a reliable resource your family can depend on. Rooted in our traditions, we stay firmly connected to the families we serve and the care we provide. We continue serving all faiths and families in the only way we know how, by staying true to our heritage. Brackney Funeral Service is locally owned and operated by Terry Brackney, Highway 90 East in Crestview. Call 683-9898.
Hello friends, this is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Hey, this is Kim again with your friendly hometown landscaping company, Always Blooming Landscape. If you're looking for pavers to do your driveways, patios, walkways, and or borders, we have a special for our radio listening audience. We are offering you 10% off your paver installation project. So call us at 850-682-2919 to take advantage of this 10% discount when you mention this ad. That's 682-2919. Always Blooming Landscape. Let us grow with you.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique in Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
Mom, I spilled my drink on the sofa.
It'll be all right. We'll get it cleaned up.
Honey, I accidentally ran over some of your flowers with a lawnmower.
They'll grow back.
Little accidents can usually be solved at home, but when you're involved in a vehicle accident, you need to have the professionals. At Crestview Paint and Body, take care of the repairs, and you'll have your vehicle back in your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Paint and Body, 682-5257, for a job done right.
You're listening to the 2023 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament here on WAZ 104.7.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667. Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Sitting with Coach Watson. Coach, this week is what you live for. It's game by game, district play. But let's go back Thursday night. Tell me what I witnessed Thursday night. I was, I don't know if we was all in shock. It was a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
You had TV there. You had your fan base there with the kids, and you had a PA guy that did a great job. Let's go back and walk me through Thursday night game against Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, it was a fun night, man. The atmosphere was good. The fans, the student section was into it. The TV people, cameras being there. Sometimes, kids get nervous and stuff like that. But, for us, we...
evidently, they played up.
We played good, yeah. That's kind of what I expected us to be playing like this time of year. And so hopefully we can carry that over to this tournament.
One of your inside guys, Knox, didn't get to play most of the game for a tech or whatever. Come to find out I don't know what happened there, but you was able to beat Gulf Breeze without his presence, which I thought was pretty good too.
Yeah, it was good. And I think their big guy got in foul trouble or got hurt a little bit or something. So that, if he would have stayed in most of the game, it probably would have hurt us more than it did. But, Josiah played in there inside and did a good job. And Ty Foley did a good job there when he took a couple charges and stuff. So that's what you want when somebody gets out like that. You need other people to step up. So that's what they did.
All right. Well, tonight we have Milton. These games have been pushed back or up to 6 o'clock starts. As we advance, if we win, we advance. All these games will be at 6 o'clock.
Sorry about that. caught the coach's show. I forgot to take it out of the playlist. I know I was taking a break, and you guys was getting double dipper on the coach's show. But right now it's halftime, 28-16, about 4 minutes before we have tip-off. Let me go over the halftime stats for you. Break it down quarter by quarter. The Bulldogs won the first quarter 17-11, and it was a Jones show with 8 points, and then you had some guys with a bucket. Blackwell, Knox, and Phillips had a bucket. Purdue hit a 1 of 2 on the free throw line. Stewart hit a 1 of 2, and Clauser hit a 1 of 2. Give them 17 points. Not a lot of scoring in the second quarter. We went a long time with just a couple points, but Stewart stepped up with 6 points in the second quarter. Jones had a bucket. Johnson hit his 2 buckets from the free throw line, and Foley just hit a 1 of 2. That give them 11. So it's 28 points for the Bulldogs. The 16 points looks like this for Milton Panthers. McKinney, Gardner, Cottrell, and Jones had a bucket in the first quarter, and Easley had a three-pointer. Give them 11 points. And then only 5 points in the second period. Jones had a 3, and Easley had a bucket. So that makes up the 16 points for the Milton Panthers. Tomorrow night, if the Bulldogs advance, we will get the winner of Tate and Niceville. If Niceville wins, I said if Niceville wins, I'll start with the IF. But if they could pull up an upset, you never know. You know, we've seen the Bulldogs play, Corey. Your dad would call it hammer dog crap, you know. But then you would look at like tonight, and when they come out and play defense the way they did, or when they beat Gulf Breeze Thursday night, you never know when the kids are going to show up on any team. And there's not a team in our district that's head and shoulders above anybody.
There isn't, and I mean we saw Niceville come in a couple weeks ago and give us all we wanted.
All we wanted,
and they're very capable of doing that.
But anyways, getting back to tomorrow night, if Tate beats Niceville, we will travel to Tate. If we win tonight, then tonight Gulf Breeze has a bye. Tomorrow night they play the winner of tonight's game against Pace and Navarre. They're playing tonight. And the winner will get Gulf Breeze tomorrow night. So that game advances to Friday. So as you can see, possibly if the Bulldogs can advance, it's going to be on the road, probably to Tate and probably to Gulf Breeze. The only way we are getting in the regional playoffs is if we win tonight, tomorrow night, and Friday night. We are ranked 13th sitting right now, and you got to be the top 8. You got to win your district, and then they take the top highest 4 seeds that's left. Now, if somebody gets upset, you know, that shifts it around a little bit. But right now the Bulldog needs to win every single game starting tonight. And right now the Bulldogs are playing with passion. They've come out strong. They're up by 12 here with about a minute left. We're about to start the third period. But just doing fantastic. Playing better offense or defense? Your thoughts?
The press.
Press.
Yeah, just a lot of energy on both sides of the ball, but definitely the press.
I have 2 more little statements. I'm going to go ahead and knock one out, and then we got one for the fourth period from FHSAA.
The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who make the FHSAA Boys Basketball Championship possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade, Thirst Quencher. Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA. Max Preps, official scores and stats of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for all the 2023 FHSAA Boys Basketball Championship.
That was a mouthful. A mouthful. So we're about to get underway. Trying to remember. Bulldogs, let's see. I think I can't remember. I think Milton has it, don't they?
The Panthers will start off
Milton.
with it, yeah.
But we will shift sides. If you're listening on the radio, the now Milton Panthers will be on the left side of your screen or your radio dial, and vice versa for the Bulldogs. Here we go.
And the ball is put in play. Easily with it for the Panthers, walking it across half court. And they're going to start off doing like a little dribble drive offense here, and they're going to drive. That's Cottrell, drives up, lays it in, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. They're going to call that foul on Stewart. That might be that's at least his second one. That could be number 3 for him.
Just like that, 15 seconds into the game, basket Milton. Third period here.
Cottrell at the line for the Panthers. Shots up and rattles out. Rebounded by Jones for the Dogs. 28-18. Dogs on top. 7:40 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Milton back in man defense. Crestview obviously back in motion offense. Blackwell with it at the near wing, and he's trying to find a cutting Stewart. He'll find Jones instead. Jones lets it go for 3. Rebounded by Knox. Shot was no good. Kick back out. Now working the ball inside to Knox. He's going to back down his defender and try to make a post move. That shot's no good. Now that one's rebounded by Easley for the Panthers. He'll push it forward to Cottrell, and Cottrell lays it in for the Panthers. Cuts the Bulldog lead 28-20. Dogs on top. 6:59 left and counting here in the third quarter. Blackwell with it. The Panthers back in zone. And they find Knox down low, and Knox lays it in. 30-20 Dogs. Now Milton having to go to work on that Bulldog press. Easily able to dribble his way out of it. Able not to get trapped. He gets the ball across half court for the Panthers. Panthers looks like they're going back to that dribble drive offense, trying to drive the lane. Cottrell trying to drive the lane again, and he is unable to finish at the basket this time. That ball, the rebound's going to go out of bounds on a Panther, so the Dogs will take over.
Having this early start, the crowd finally showed up and got a pretty good crowd tonight, I will say.
Jones with the ball across half court for the Dogs.
For a Tuesday night, let's just say that.
He initiates offense for Crestview. Blackwell calling a screen from Knox. He gets one. He'll fire for 3, and that ball finds the bottom. 33-20, Dogs on top. 5:58 left and counting. McKinley quickly across the court, breaks the press, but throws it away. And the Dogs will take over on the Panther turnover. Farrar is checking in for Gardner for the Panthers.
Is that guy on the floor that likes to shoot threes?
Not yet.
Varario
no,
or whatever?
Valrezo.
Valare.
Let me tell you something, son. When he gets it, there's one way it's going.
He reminds me of that kid from Laurel Hill.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. Blackwell initiates offense for the Dogs. Panthers back in man defense. Blackwell with it. Thought about pulling another one from the three-point line. Gives it up to Stewart. Stewart swings it over to Purdue. Now back over to Jones. Jones thought about trying to create something off the dribble. Gives it up. Now works the ball inside to Knox. Knox kicks it back out to Blackwell for 3, and that ball rolls around and goes out. Rebounded by McKinley for the Panthers. McKinley takes it. Wastes no time. Euro step at the other end. Unable to finish at the rim, though. Rebounded by Knox. Pushed ahead to Jones. Jones slows it down. Gives it up to Purdue. Purdue drives in, thinks about it, and finds a wide open Knox right in front of the basket. Knox takes care of it. 35-20. And 5 minutes left to go in the third. Turned over by Knox in transition. Yet again, another Panther turnover. Dogs back with it on offense. Jones pulls up from the free throw line and hits a nice jumper. Puts the Dogs on top 37-20, and we're going to get a Panther timeout with 4:46 left to go in the third quarter. Dogs on top 37-20.
I meant to say this, getting a serious note.
We're not on the radio. That's what you told me the other night. Go ahead, sorry.
No, that's okay. During halftime, I didn't. The time sort of slipped away from me. I just want to say to all of our listeners that are listening, most of you know this family, the Simmons, Kyler, one of our dear, dear friends. These guys were CHS people. Cheryl, the mom, works here at school. but as Trey's brother, he passed away. Y'all remember the Simmons family tonight and the days to come. It was sort of unexpected passing. And then also, you remember Hippie that's helped me out over the years with the camera. His daddy passed away a couple days ago, and y'all just remember him too. But we when close people, we've had a lot of people this year actually. Mr. Bolton's passed away. Smokey, of course, passed away last year. But your grandmother passed away last year. A lot of people that we know dear to our hearts have passed. So, anyways, we've shared that in the past. I just want to share that now. I'm sure the Simmons would appreciate your thoughts and prayers. Here we go.
Milton back working against the Bulldog press. Jones trapped over in the far corner. He does get it out to Easley now with the dribble, breaks the press, and he kind of spins around and now will set up offense for the Panthers. Like we've seen all year, the Dogs in man defense, but they leave Easley alone at the top. He'll let go for three, comes up short, rebounded by Jones for the Dogs. 4:20 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Jones pulls up from the far elbow. That ball goes just long, but he's going to get fouled trying to go up for his own rebound. That ball will be on the floor. First team foul for the Panthers of the half, I believe. Baseline inbounds play coming up for the Dogs. That's Blackwell going to try to get this ball inbounded for Crestview.
Biggest lead tonight for the Dogs, 17 points so far in the quarter.
Blackwell with it, trying to find a dog, and he finds Stewart right in front of the basket, and Stewart able to finish that two-pointer. 39-20 Dogs on top, easily with it across half court for the Panthers. They really got the ball inbounded quick that time before Crestview was able to set up their press.
Yep.
So nice job there by the Panthers. Dribble drive offense, easily lays it in, pretty much unabated.
Right
39-22, 3:50 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Blackwell with it across half court for the Dogs.
It was almost like a fake handoff, and everybody sort of bid on that, and he went in for an easy layup.
Milton back in the 2-3 zone. Stewart finds Knox down low, and Knox with a nice finish at the basket. 41-22, 3:30 and counting left to go here in the third quarter, and almost turned over again in the backcourt by the Panthers. Now Jones for the Panthers with it across half court, and a nice, we'll say they're going to call a charge. Purdue takes the charge against Jones. So the Dogs will take over on the offensive foul.
In this third period, Knox now has 6 points, 3 baskets here, leading the Dogs in the third period.
Clauser checks in for Knox, giving him a breather with 3:20 left to go here in the third quarter. We're waiting for the official to put the ball in play, and he does. Blackwell running point right now for the Dogs. He'll dribble it up. Once again, Milton set back in half-court defense. They're back in man defense here. Blackwell initiates offense for Crestview. And they're going to try to run a little backdoor play, not there. Blackwell with it, now finds Clauser, and Clauser lays it in. 43-22, 2:56 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Milton quickly down the court before Crestview can get that press set up. Valorizo with it, gets stripped by Stewart. Stewart with it on the ground, and Crestview gets a timeout called. With 2:43 left, Dogs take over on offense, up 43-22.
Make plans to attend the 2023 Florida High School Boys Basketball State Championship hosted by the RP Funding Center. The intense action takes place March the 1st through the 4th at RP Funding Center. Come out and watch state champions crowned in all 7 school classifications. For more information, visit FHSAA.com.
Here it is in the third period, 2:43 left. If you're just tuning in, Bulldogs are up 43-22 against the Milton Panthers. Round 1 of the district tournament. 3 rounds in the district play. Tomorrow night, all the winners will advance. And then the final 2 will play on Friday night to be determined. And we'll go over that one more time, and we'll have an interview with Coach. So stay tuned with myself and Coach Watson. We'll break this down a little bit and talk about the situation to come.
Crestview with it. Johnson at the top of the key for the Dogs. He initiates offense here. Clauser with it at the near wing. He'll give it up to Stewart. Milton back in man defense. Crestview just kind of passing, cutting, and they're going to find a cutting Clauser, and Clauser goes up. The shot's no good, but he will get fouled on the attempt, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. His arm got hit going up for 2, kind of like, did you see the LeBron thing where he cried? I know you don't. It was been all over the news.
Did he cry? I saw him go to the ground.
He was on the ground because he didn't get a foul called on him.
Oh, my gosh. Just come to that. How old's that guy? He's got to be 30-something.
He's pushing 40.
You got to be kidding.
The left-hander Clauser finds the first.
Would you ever see Larry Bird do that? No.
I wouldn't think so.
Michael Jordan even.
No, Michael Jordan, no.
Clauser hit his first basket. He now has 4 points in the game. 3 this period.
Clauser, the left-hander, spinning the ball at the line, now going up for his second attempt, and that ball's coming up long. Rebounded by the Panthers. That was easily on the rebound for Milton, and they're across half court, just under 2:20 and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Crestview on top 44-22, easily just doing a lot of dribbling outside the perimeter. He'll go to Valorizo, and he will not shoot this time. He gives it back to Easley. Easley drives the baseline, and they're going to call a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to be called on Johnson.
Valorizo might have been talked to a little bit.
He ain't scared to pull it. That's a fact.
Well, you want them guys on your team, especially if they can shoot.
Well, yeah, if you're making them.
If you're making them. That's a good quality to have.
Easley's first attempt finds the bottom.
Easley tonight has 8 points. They're going to try to make it 9 for his stats.
Easley's second attempt's up, and it rolls in. So he'll cut the lead, Bulldog lead to 20. Dogs on top 44-24. Inside of 2 minutes, just inside of 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Do you slow it down with a 20-point lead, or you just play like you always do?
I think you're still playing your normal game, and that's kind of the reason, because Easley takes it on a turnover, tries to lay it in. The putback is good, though, rebounded and put back by Spooneybarger. Now Milton's coming out with their own version of a press. Stewart with it, and now they're kind of backing away. Now trying to trap Stewart once again. Stewart still doesn't have the ball across half court. Finally gets it across to Jones. Jones gives it back to Stewart. Now Stewart setting it up with 1:22 left to go here in the third quarter. The score is Crestview 44, Milton 26. Nice cross-court pass to Clauser by Stewart. Milton trying to put a little more pressure on the ball, trying to trap, and Crestview trying to play a keep away here, but Milton is not sitting back and letting them do it. Now we're taking inside of a minute left to play in the third period.
Pulling a Coach Rogers is what we're doing right here.
They call this 4 corners. It's just they're just kind of holding the ball a little bit. Up 18. Jones with it now, and he'll fling it back over. And they're still just trying, just like you said, playing keep away from the Panthers. Now inside of 30 seconds, and Clauser's going to throw that ball out of bounds, trying to work the ball inside of Johnson. The Panthers will take over on the turnover. 28 seconds. That's kind of my thing.
But do you burn a minute off and no points?
I don't think so. I think you just
hit it with 10 seconds and going back down the court.
I mean, look, Greg is
– he's a champion.
He knows what he's doing.
I'll
just go ahead and tell you. Milton breaks the Bulldog press. They have it across half court. Easily pulls up for a 3 and buries it.
There you go.
44-29. 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Dogs up by 15. 10 seconds now. Dogs trying to break the Milton press, and they do. 5 seconds left. We need to, and Stewart's going to get fouled by a Panther. That's Farrar on the foul. 1.3 seconds left to go. So we're going to have a sidelines inbound play, and maybe
Leitner
enough time to get the ball inbounded and shot up. It's going to have to happen quick with only 1.3 seconds left. So let's see what kind of play we come up with. Phillips getting the ball inbounded for the Dogs. He's looking, and he has Jones in the corner, fade away, and no good. So we'll go to the fourth quarter with the Dogs on top, 44-29.
Listen up. Do you need a new roof? Do you need roof repair? Well, I have a company just for you, CQ Roofing. Hometown roofer since 1999. They're state licensed and insured. Chris Poirier, the owner, is born and raised right here in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years, specializing in shingles and metal. Give them a call, 850-683-4169, or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
And we're about to get underway here with the fourth period, 44-29. We did have a 22-point lead, but they've cut into that just a little bit. And
the Dogs start with it on offense. Johnson with the ball in the backcourt, now across half court for the Dogs. Let's see if we don't try. Let's see what we try to do. It looks like we're back into our little bit of a stall.
I knew it. I'm telling you, when you get a big lead like that, I just had a feeling.
Stewart getting trapped in the near corner. He gets that ball out of the trap. Now back over to Stewart. Stewart tries to find Phillips down low. Ball's going to be turned over, and Stewart's going to foul in the backcourt after the turnover. Ball's going to be on. Ball's going to be on the floor. So Milton will inbound this ball right in front of the Bulldog bench. 7:29 left to go in the ball game.
I didn't even realize I had that. What am I doing?
Ball's inbounded to Valparaiso.
I got that at a 40.
And that ball's going to be taken away by Jones, and Jones able to lay it in. Extends the Bulldog lead, 46-29, Dogs on top. Crestview back in the press. They're trying to trap Jones right across half court. And they do take the ball away now from Valparaiso, but Jones able to pick it up for the Panthers. And Euro steps, unable to finish. Nice rebound by Phillips for the Dogs.
Phillips plays tough when he's in there. I'm just telling you.
Phillips gives it up to Johnson, and now Johnson working it up for the Dogs. And he'll just drive the lane, and he'll get fouled going up for a layup. The shot's no good. He'll go to the line to shoot two with 6:54 left to go in the ball game.
Every time Phillips comes in, he gives a spark. He's hard. He just plays hard. I like the kid. He don't score a lot of points, but he's always making something happen. And Johnson now, Blackwell. Is it Blackwell? No, Johnson.
Johnson's first attempt goes in and out.
Johnson hit his two free throws. He's only got 2 points tonight, but in the second period, he went to the line and hit both his buckets. Let's see if he can convert one here.
Second attempt is good. Extends the lead, 47-29. Dogs on top, and still in the press are the Dogs. Jones with it across half court, now finds Valparaiso, and Valparaiso able to finish it at the other end. So finally,
Valparaiso finally
in the fourth quarter, the Milton Panthers make the Dogs pay on the press. Stewart with it across half court. But we'll take one out of however many times we've done it.
Yeah.
Stewart dribbling around at the top of the key, dribbles right past Milton's defender. Ball's kicked out, now kicked over to Jones for three. Ball's wide right, but a nice rebound by Johnson, unable to put it back though. That time rebounded by the Panthers. That's Farrar on the rebound, and they are going to get a Bulldog on a foul, trying to scramble for the rebound, and that foul's called on Johnson. So the Panthers will take over.
I think what Coach is saying, we don't want the clock to stop. We can do whatever, burn a minute. Every time we come down, we can burn a minute. Game will be over here in just a little bit. We've got they're cutting into it, 16-point lead. It was 22 at one time. Bulldogs got to tighten up a little bit here, I'd say.
The Dogs have backed out of the press now, easily walking it up across half court for the Panthers. Dribble handoff offense once again. Ball's going to be kicked out to Valorizo, and he'll drive the lane this time, unable to get the off-balance shot to go in. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson quickly across half court for the Dogs. Now being in a little bit of trouble, trying to find someone to give it up to. He finally does, gives it up to Clauser. Clauser gives it up to Jones, and Jones initiates offense for the Dogs. Phillips finds a cutting Clauser, and Clauser unable to finish at the rim, and that rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds by a Dog. So the Panthers will take over. 5:36 left to go in the game. Dogs on top 47-31, and they have backed out of that press with the 16-point lead. Easley calling for a screen, unable to really use it. Jones with it now for the Panthers. He'll drive the lane and lays it off the glass, but the shot's no good. Rebounded by Purdue for the Dogs. He pushes it ahead to Johnson. Johnson dishes it off to Clauser, and Clauser able to lay it in for two. 49-31, Dogs on top. 5:05 and counting left to go, and you can just kind of feel that the air has been let out of Milton a little bit.
Really
They've lost a little bit of intensity. Easily pulls up for three. That ball's airballed, and that rebound's finally taken by Jones for the Dogs. They're trying to trap Jones in the back court, but he gets it away to Johnson, and Johnson just dribbles by his defender. Now kicks it over to Purdue. Purdue slows it down and will work it up to the top and initiate offense for Crestview, and it looks like we might.
4 points.
We're just running motion offense right now. Jones goes up, lays it off the glass, off the dribble, and gets fouled. So he'll go to the line to complete the three-point play.
Johnson will go right back to the line. We've only got 7 points in the period because I think we're holding the ball. We go down and we try to burn about a minute. I think Coach will be happy every time he comes down from here on out, burn a minute. And each possession, 4 possessions, the game's over, if he can do that.
Johnson's three-point play is good. 52-31, Dogs on top. Dogs once again dropping back into half-court defense. Jones for the Panthers, bringing it up for Milton. And he's going to drive the lane, and they're going to get Phillips, I believe. No, they're going to call a charge on Jones.
Wow.
So Crestview will take over on the offensive foul. He was a little out of control.
He was, but I don't know if our guy was set either. So
Phillips trying to get this inbounded against the Milton press, and the Dogs do break the Milton press. Jones dribbles down and is unable to finish it off, and they're going to call that rebound out of bounds on a Dog. So 4:12 left to go in the game. Crestview holding the 21-point lead here.
By the way, if you're just tuning in, you think the game's going to start at 7. Normally it does, but this was a 6. All the coaches in this district got together yesterday and said, hey, let's make the game 6 o'clock. And that's what they did.
Jones for the Panthers driving the lane once again. He gives it out to Valorizo, who kicks it over to Cottrell for a corner three. Shot comes up short, rebounded by Phillips for the Dogs. Inside of 4 minutes left to play in the game. Dogs back with it on offense.
Just to be honest with you, when you get down by 20, hardly anything goes your way at that point. They haven't made a basket in a while.
Purdue, and we've kind of going.
No,
we're still in five out motion offense, I believe. Purdue's doing a lot of dribbling. Now he'll give it up to Johnson.
Valerino's the only person to score this period for Milton.
Johnson tries to dribble by Valorizo, and he knocks it out of his hand, turned over by Valorizo, and then Milton turns it right back over in transition on the fast break. So Jones takes it over
they gave
for the
up.
Dogs.
I just saw a give up right there.
Inside of 3 minutes now, and Jones just pretty much driving the lane unabated, and he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it for Milton like that.
Tough.
I mean,
Tough.
It is what it is.
Yep.
You're getting beat pretty bad. You cannot stop what the Bulldogs are trying to do, and we just saw right there. I saw, if you're watching YouTube, you saw a kid just sort of give up right in front of the play. So, and that's the way it is.
Jones' first attempt at the line is no good. And some new Dogs coming in. That's Foley coming in, and just Foley.
How about Vancouver? Let's see Vancouver get in. He played the other night.
Checking in for Clauser.
Not Vancouver, Lancaster. I knew his first name's Vancouver. His first name started with a V.
Not even close.
And I just put that together with Lancaster.
Jones' second attempt is good.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Bolton checking in for Jones. 3 minutes left. Dogs on top, 53-31.
That's probably it for Jones.
in
Vancouver.
Yeah. Dogs playing half-court defense.
He'll end
with a 22-point lead. Inside of 3 minutes left to play.
Jones will end with 16 points tonight for the Bulldogs.
Easily
Jones
with it, trying to dribble past Purdue, and he'll throw that ball away, trying to give it up, and they're going to call that out of bounds on a Panther.
53-31, Bulldogs up 22 again with 2:40 left here in the ballgame. They will advance tomorrow night. We'll just wait to see. I'll try to get some scores probably from Max Preps if we can. If you've got them, text them to me, 850-682-1177. We need to know the Tate and Niceville score.
Purdue with it at the top of the key. Finding a cutting Foley. Foley's going to dish it back out very quickly.
Got a point tonight, by the way.
2:15 and counting left to go in the contest. And here's your man, Vancouver.
All right.
Walking his way over.
He's got a new nickname. You don't even know it.
You don't even know it. They find Milton. Milton passes up on the corner three, and he'll throw that ball away, taken over by Jones of the Panthers. And he'll give it up to Cottrell, and they'll kick it over to Easley for three. And Easley unable to connect. Rebounded by Johnson for the Dogs. Johnson taking it coast to coast, unable to finish. Rebounded by the Panthers. That was Cottrell on the rebound for the Panthers. 1:40 and counting left to go in the game, and Lancaster is sitting there like, can we stop? Can we just get somebody foul or something?
Can I get in the game?
Easily pulls up from the near elbow.
If we start, Canada.
Rebounded. I don't think anybody would, outside of me and you,
wouldn't know. Oh, that's right.
Johnson gets it ahead to Milton. Milton driving the lane, a nice pass to Foley, and Foley finishes it off.
He got it.
55-31, a minute and 10 and counting left to go in the game. Dogs up by 24 points here. Jones just, for the Panthers, just pulls up, takes a three right at the top of the key.
Don't foul.
Rebounded by Cottrell, and on the putback attempt, he'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot two. A minute and 1 second left to go in the ball game. Lancaster's happy about that foul.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe that's why we fouled.
I don't think so, but he is happy about it. The first attempt by Cottrell is good.
Cottrell. That is 7 points for Cottrell tonight.
Lancaster checks in for Johnson for the Dogs. Cottrell's second attempt as he dribbles at the line, now sets and shoots is good. Cuts the Bulldog lead to 22, 55-33, just inside 1 minute left to go in the game. Purdue taking it across half court for the Dogs.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They're just in their four corners offense. They're trying to stall. Lancaster gives it up to Foley. Foley dribbling out near half court. Now doing some nifty ball handling moves and gives it up to Blackwell. Finds a cutting Lancaster and is unable. Lancaster is unable to handle the pass.
They wanted him to have it. Doggone it. He got excited.
Yep.
And Vancouver,
the ball goes out of bounds on a Panther, so the possession
good.
will remain with Crestview. Purdue going to get the ball inbounded here with 37 seconds left to go. And he's still looking for somebody to get the ball inbounded to. Now he'll find Milton on a safety valve. Milton gives it up to Purdue. 30 seconds left to go in the game. Purdue dribbling around half court. Now he'll give it up to Blackwell. Blackwell gives it up to Milton, and we're just kind of working this thing around. And if I was Lancaster, I would pull it.
Just pull it,
He knows better. He knows better.
Yeah.
12 seconds left to go, and Crestview just playing keep away.
Live another day, right?
Purdue gives it up to Milton inside of 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ball game. And Crestview will advance to the second round of district play with a 55-33 victory.
We will have Coach in just a minute. We'll let them do their congratulatory handshake, and we'll get them up here. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. Don't touch the dial. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the 2023 FHSAA Boys Basketball District Tournament here on WAZ 104.7. Well, if you haven't heard by now, we have a paintball tank park. It's the only thing like it in this part of the country. You heard me right. Tank park. Get in a tank, shoot paintballs. This is a great opportunity for the whole family, for groups. You want to do team building, take them out to Baker and climb in a tank and shoot paintballs. Birthday party, shoot paintballs. Get in a tank and have some fun. Go to their Facebook page and book an appointment at Oddball Tactics.
And we are back. Don't touch the dial. We've got Coach Watson here. Coach, you had a game plan. Our coaches show ended right when you pretty much started. And one of the last things I asked you, what 2 things you want to see? Turnovers. And you had 10 or 12 in the first period.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, it's just
that was amazing.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, probably had the worst practice we've had yesterday for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I thought our effort was there after we got going. Sometimes it's hard when you beat a team a couple times. They're high school kids, man. They don't understand what's at stake sometimes. And, if somebody beats me twice, then I'm going to be ready. Like, I want to beat them bad, because I've already gotten beaten twice. So,
right.
Sometimes you're dealing with kids, and then, they're thinking about freaking girlfriends. And
yes,
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But, I thought as the game got going, after that little stretch in the second quarter where we gave up some shots, we forced them into some turnovers. And that's when right there in the third quarter we busted out a little lead right there. It kind of broke it open.
That was big. We've talked about this all year. If Jones gives you 16 or 18, you would like to see a couple more guys come to the plate, and you did. Knox ended up with 8 points. Stewart ended up with 9.
Yeah.
So and then you still had 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 more guys score besides that.
Yeah.
So everybody got in.
Yeah, the more balanced, the better.
Yep.
We want to be as balanced as possible.
And you've got to be really impressed with the hustle. The one thing I saw, whether it's Phillips, he always comes in and makes a big play.
Yeah.
But all the guys, when they come off the bench, they're giving you 100%. It seems like that.
I think so. I mean, we play hard. I mean, I give them credit for that. Sometimes we don't play the smartest, so that's when we talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
If we can play hard and smart, we're a pretty dang good team.
But I'll tell you what me and Corey noticed was the passes were very crisp tonight. A lot of there wasn't no lazy passing, no sloppiness or whatever. There was a couple of steals, but overall the passing, especially early on, was really
it's getting
popping.
better, man. We've been focused on it so much but you can see them at least trying to do it right. So that's all you can ask for as a coach.
So we move on. Tomorrow night, it's a quick turnover. That's why y'all started at 6 o'clock. I was hoping somebody would show up, and finally had a pretty good crowd.
Yeah, it was good once we got going.
Yep. So tomorrow night, we don't know yet the score.
No, they're still playing. I don't know. I mean, they started at 7, so they're
still
at 7?
Playing.
Yeah, so
really?
I'm assuming if we go to Tate, then it'll probably be a 7 o'clock start. I'll find out late tonight. But
okay, well, we'll
put it on social
know.
media and all that stuff so everybody will know, and you can kind of share it too.
Yeah, we'll have it on the radio tomorrow night like we did tonight, and on YouTube. We had a lot of people watching. We appreciate everybody. But moving on to Tate, we split with them.
Maybe Tate.
It may be Tate. Now listen. If Niceville upsets,
we play here.
Yep. And it'll be at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So, but either way, let's go with Tate.
Well, let's talk about both, and that way we
let's do that.
Ahead.
Niceville, if they come here, that's a big advantage. That's at least 4 or 5 points advantage. That would be probably your perfect scenario.
That would be good because we play here, not necessarily because of who it is, but I mean it would be a home game and. The second part of it in January is on. I mean, our student section's been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see all the students show out, and it's good for them. Man, that's a chance to get out and have some fun, man, some good, clean fun,
Absolutely.
So, Niceville played us close here the other game. I missed that game. I was serving
you were on a holiday,
I had a little holiday.
Yeah, you went on vacation.
I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, right. So, you got your little MC guy. He does a good job, and it gets everybody pumped up.
He's a great kid too. He's done a good
that
job.
atmosphere. You almost wish you had that every home game because it really creates that. Everybody gets excited when a shot made. The kids hear their name over the PA. That gets their juices flowing, right? So if it happens to be Tate, we travel to Tate. we split with them early on. We beat them here, and then they beat us there. That's where you took a vacation, I think. That's where you got your vacation. How do we beat a team like Tate now?
You know, they play a little bit like us, maybe a little even more wild. I mean, they want the game to kind of be sloppy and up and down. They got some guards that can really drive it and get to the rack. So, I mean, we got to play good defense. But, you know, I mean, we're pretty similar. We beat them first game in overtime, and that was a close game over there until the end and stuff started happening. So we're pretty two evenly matched teams if it happens to be them. So it should be a good game.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
All
Great
right,
game.
See you tomorrow.
All right, listen, appreciate everybody staying tuned in tonight. We're going to kick it back to the radio station. We will know if it is a home game. We'll start at 6. If it's at Tate, probably be at 7. But we'll run the promo starting early tomorrow. We'll get it out. Coach said he'd get it out on his website, Facebook, or whatever they do. We'll post it on ours and get you the information. Final score here, 55-33, 22-point game. Bulldogs win. We'll see you tomorrow night. Everybody have a good night.